Call the Village of Johnsburg, April 17th, regular meeting of the President Board of Trustees to order at 7:01. On the roll, Trustee Hutchinson.
Here.
Trustee Curry.
Here.
Trustee Hagan.
Here.
And Trustee Klunstein.
Here.
Will we stand for the pledge, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can we have a motion on this agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Trustee Curry, seconded by Trustee Hutchinson. Discussion on the motion. With there being none, on the roll. Trustee Hutchinson.
Aye.
Trustee Curry.
Aye.
Trustee Hagan.
Aye.
Trustee Klunstein.
Aye.
Motion carried. On the President's report, our chief is here to do his duties with the fine folks that did the Citizens Police Academy.
Police Academy.
Congratulate them.
Tim, can you take this? Okay, thank you.
Right there.
So, this year marks our 8th Citizens Police Academy, and so this is our, kind of our graduation or the ending of our Citizens Police Academy. And again, I got an amazing group of people that attended our Citizens Police Academy. And although I think they came, you know, to learn more about the police department here in Johnsburg, and not just Johnsburg, but about our criminal justice system, right? Our federal system. They got to meet a FBI agent, they got to meet a judge, a prosecutor. So, but I learned so much from them, just as I do with every class, because they all bring something to the class. Like, I think we all became sub-resident experts in Lyme disease, right? Thanks, David, right? So, right, can't help it. So again, but again, they bring so much to the table. I learned so much from them. And again, this is just kind of our celebration of our Citizens Police Academy. So again, we limited to six attendees, and you can see with it, we've filled it 8 times. So it's really great. So I have plaques. So Topper, I have you first. So I'm going to call you one at a time. We'll take a quick picture, and then
can get the president.
yeah. Well, the president's gonna come down for our group photo. Yeah, oh yeah.
For the group photo.
He forgot. Go like this, and we can just go like this, so we got a nice memoir. Is it balanced? Is it balanced? Because you know how I am about balance. Thank you, Topper.
Thank you.
Linda?
There's medicine for that.
There you go. And right there.
And we're looking here.
Thank you. We're looking right there at Tim.
Thank you.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, now we have the official camera.
Terry?
You want the official camera?
Oh, okay, Terry. Yeah.
Go back up there.
You want us to come back
Official
up?
photographer's here.
Oh, the official, yeah, we'll do it at the end. Let's just keep going with Terry. Get ready, you're on deck. All right, and get ready with your speech. Patty's got a whole speech for it. It's really great. There we go. Is that good, Jason?
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
Didn't break the camera.
No, we did not.
This is my other,
Sorry,
my good
Patricia.
side though.
Oh, you want this side?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I
Yeah.
do it?
Oh, yeah. I'm all about the good side, okay? I'm about good sides and balance, okay? So we're just gonna go like this. Everyone's gonna be like, why?
Because I'm
Yeah.
special one.
David Marsh? Which side? You're good.
I don't have a good side.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
that makes them bad on every side.
Good? Thank you. Good on every side. And then, we're missing Adam Lieber, who I think is probably on some Caribbean island somewhere. So,
He was somewhere.
so, he was somewhere south. All right, we'll all come back up for one more picture.
With our flags?
Yes, you can bring your plaque if you'd like. Yeah, we should all do the same thing. Whatever it is we do, we should do it the same.
Except.
I gotta get in here for my next election, you know.
You wanna get
No,
in
I'm
to
just-
the middle, or-
No, we're good, right here.
Can you get everybody, Jason? One more, I think I blinked.
Yeah, I think you did too.
All right. All right, and then the topper, and Linda, you gotta stay for a photo with Jason. All right,
This is all about the chief looking good. Congratulations.
It's not.
Congratulations.
You have no idea how enjoyable the chief was.
And I'm sure all these guys wanna congratulate you too, so you can just walk down the line there.
Go down the line here.
If you can get the,
What's your good side?
Oh,
What's your good side? You wanna do that too?
Okay, yeah.
I know.
You got that?
Yep.
Here we go, we'll just go like this. Let them break.
Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Congrats.
Don't let toppers see. You get on, oh. Sorry. I'm not embracing you.
Oh. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, congratulations, everybody. And then, and everybody's invited to Raymond's. We'll be at Raymond's in, like, 15 minutes, right?
Can you be excused from the meeting?
Yeah. Huh?
Can you be excused from the meeting?
Oh, can I be excused
You
from
can be
the...
excused.
Oh, that's so kind. And it's my birthday.
Yeah, but you take your cookies with you.
No, we should, I have to share.
Well, there's two of them, take one and take one.
You can all stay for this very interesting meeting.
You don't want to,
trying to
you want to
set up.
It is, I think it's you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
We've already approved, Keith Lee for his rotating desk and total rock car.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Yeah. That was right.
Next year's budget.
Yeah, we'll be,
We have to order it.
you can tell everybody.
Well, no.
With the flames on it.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
I just told them, they didn't realize your birthday.
All right, we'll see you in a couple minutes.
Probably replaced by the deer.
Well, you can just pass one down to all of us.
Oh, did you want a birthday cake? You sure?
These are the, okay, all right.
Yeah, have one.
These are the possibly vegan ones.
Yeah.
These might be vegan.
The choices. These are vegan?
They're definitely not.
Yeah, they might be.
They might get one.
We got one, yeah.
Festive cookies.
All right, thank you.
Thank you,
Raymond?
Keith.
I'm good.
Anybody that's
Thank
interested?
you.
Raymond, I replied to Raymond.
Just full of GMOs.
You too.
asbestos, and other
Okay, you want to hold a public hearing? Please do. You want me to do this?
No,
These are even better.
the continuing years of lack of interest in the public appropriations. At this time, we scheduled a public hearing on an amendment to the appropriation ordinance. This is supplemental in nature, which does two things. It's going to recognize the revenue that will be associated with the golf club that the village acquired, as well as the cost of same. This is something that we usually do several months ago, but there is an exception under the statute to to allow for the supplemental appropriation in light of new revenues, and it's our recommendation that you accept this change. Again, this is not a budget item per se, this is more in the nature of a limit on any spending, and so you want to recognize that. You're supposed to have the foresight to try to figure out a certain amount that you will never spend beyond, and that's the purpose of this. That's why it's a little bit unusual in terms of timing, but given the events that move very quickly, that's what's prompted this public hearing. Is there any interest on the part of the public to comment or testify about this supplemental appropriation ordinance? I take that as a no. Seeing that there is no public comment, at this time we close the public hearing.
We don't have to vote or nothing on that, correct? We had our hearing.
You do have to vote on it.
Yeah,
We have to vote on that, right?
Yes.
Right. No, just a second, right? Move the, yeah.
Correct.
Okay, can we have a motion to move and approve ordinance 17-18-38, fiscal year 2018 supplemental budget and appropriation recognizing revenues and expenditures associated with the purchase of Chapel Hill Golf Course?
I'll make a motion.
A motion by trustee Hagan, second by trustee Clemstein. Discussion on the motion. No? Okay. With there being none, trustee Clemstein?
Aye.
Trustee Hagan?
Aye.
Trustee Curry?
Aye.
Trustee Hutchinson?
Aye.
Motion carried. Next one, move to approve radio transmitters and antennas license agreement between eVirgin and the Village of Johnsburg for water tower number 1 located on Route 31. This is really a renewal of the agreement we had with some hikes in the agreement. We raised them a little bit, not excessively. They're a local, that used to be Wonder Wave, that was on there. The user that was there before was T-Mobile, and they're not there anymore. So it's just a local, small outfit that was there when T-Mobile was there also. Can we have a motion? Motion by trustee Clemstein, seconded by trustee Curry. Discussion on the motion. Discussion on the motion? With there being none, trustee Hutchinson?
Aye.
Trustee Curry?
Aye.
Trustee Hagan?
Aye.
And trustee Clemstein?
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, presentation regarding existing and new emergency siren locations. Tony and Rudy. I think everybody knows Tony and Rudy from the Township Fire Protection District.
Good evening, everyone, and I do have a, here.
Thank you. Tim?
That help?
Perfect, thank you. Is this a good spot for me to stand?
Sure.
Okay. Well, good evening, and we appreciate the village board allowing us the opportunity to speak to you tonight about the McHenry Township Fire Protection District's outdoor warning siren project. And we very much appreciate the support that the village board has given this program in the past as one of the original partners back in 2015, and we hope that we'll be able to interest the village board in participating in this year's partnership and the sirens that we plan to be putting in the near future. This is a program that we believe is a very good example of intergovernmental cooperation, also intergovernmental cost sharing and cost savings, and also one that has a very much a direct impact on public safety. It was about 3 years ago, probably almost exactly 3 years ago, when I was here before the board when we were starting out this program in 2015. And so I'll just take a couple of minutes to kind of bring you up to date on some of the things that have happened. I'll touch on our master plan, the partnerships that we've done in 2015, 2017, and now the one that is being done this year in 2018. And then I'll finish up with just a little bit of information about the sirens themselves and the area that they cover, and then certainly if any of the trustees have any questions. The master plan is one that we had put together in 2015 when our Board of Trustees wanted to make as a priority emergency preparedness and sought to take the lead in improving the coverage of tornado sirens within the 56 square miles of our fire district. Back at that time, the only true tornado sirens that existed within the fire district were the 8 sirens that the city of McHenry had installed. We worked with a company called Braniff Communications, who is probably the biggest provider of tornado sirens in Illinois. They've got over 1,000 sirens that they have put in a large number of municipalities and areas, including City of McHenry, the ones that we've bought so far, and some of the surrounding communities. So in 2015, the first year of the partnership, this began really with the 2 sirens, which were not even true tornado sirens, but they were the old volunteer firefighter sirens that President Hederman will remember. In fact, the one at Station 2 was a siren that originally was at the Johnsburg Rescue Squad. Got moved out to Station 2, and once pagers and cell phones came about, kind of got repurposed to be an alert mechanism in a weather emergency, but not a true tornado siren. So on this map here, kind of the cluster there are the 8 sirens that the city of McHenry had. And then that year, through the partnership with the Village of Johnsburg and the Village of Lakemore, we were able to replace the siren at Station 2 and the siren at Station 3 in Route 120 in Lakemore. By the municipalities, by that 3-way partnership, we were able to save approximately $9,000 by buying the 2 sirens at one time over the cost of if it had been done individually. Last year, we expanded that partnership, and we were able to purchase and install 3 sirens. The ones that, it probably shows up a little bit better on your handout, but the orange circles. We placed a siren at Fire Station number 5 in Ringwood, a second siren at the McHenry Township Complex, actually right next to the Road District building, and a third siren in unincorporated McHenry Township at Ringwood and Spring Grove, right in that area there, a little bit east of the, or actually west of the intersection, I apologize. That siren also provided coverage actually into the Village of Johnsburg and provide some coverage to Johnsburg High School on the area on the, would be the west side of the high school. So we were able to do those last year, and by purchasing the 3 sirens at the same time, we saved approximately $12,000 over if they had been done individually. That brings us now to 2018, and this is our most ambitious partnership. Where this year we are seeking to put in place 4 additional sirens, which will pretty much finish out that master planning that was done. This would be the last 4 sirens under at least this current master plan. You can see there's potentially 7 partners there. And we have met and spoken to all of the other municipalities, as well as McHenry Township and Nunda Township, and each of those governmental bodies have given verbal support and verbal commitment to be part of the partnership this year. The 4 sirens that we plan to put in, and I'll just go from left to right, there's going to be an additional siren that'll be on Ringwood Road, in between Route 31 and Pioneer Oaks Road. Second siren, and the second and third siren are what we're specifically speaking about tonight. The second siren will be on Ringwood Road, just west of the intersection with Johnsburg Road. And we've been working with Claudette and President Hederman and with the village engineer on making sure that we can place that in the right of way for the village. That siren will provide coverage from the east side of Johnsburg High School, as well as several of the subdivisions in that area. Third siren, down in the area of Bay Road and Coolman Road, and actually it'll be located on the Vistakey Country Club property. And we've been working with the owner of the Vistakey Country Club, and I want to thank President Hederman because he helped to kind of pave the way for that conversation. And just last week, the owner of the country club signed the legal paperwork giving us permission to install a siren, basically right at the entrance off of the parking lot of the Vistakey Country Club. And then the fourth siren will actually be down in Nunda Township, and that'll be located at the Holiday Hills Village Hall and provide coverage to that portion of our district. As we look then at the specifics of this proposed partnership and what the cost would be, the total cost of the four sirens is $86,268. That breaks down to a per siren cost of $21,567. So just to give you an idea, if an individual tornado siren were purchased, it's in excess of $26,000, depending how it's configured, but it's in excess of $26,000. So we estimate the savings of doing this partnership and purchasing four sirens at once will be somewhere in the area of $19,000 of taxpayer money that is saved. As I mentioned, we have met with the other communities, as well as McHenry Township and Nunda Township, and they have indicated verbally their support to be partners in this. As we look at the breakdown on the cost, and I've highlighted, and again, it probably shows up a little bit better on your handout, the two particular sirens that we're speaking of tonight, number 2 at Ringwood and Johnsburg Road, and number 3 at the Country Club. And you can see some of the areas within the village, some of those subdivisions, some of those areas that would be protected by those new tornado sirens. I think, and I know this has been an important thing for President Hederman, in particular Johnsburg High School in the area up there, provide to have that tornado siren protection. When we break it up into the cost of the partnership, with a three-way partnership between McHenry Township Fire District, McHenry Township, and potentially the village of Johnsburg for siren number 2, and then a four-way partnership between the Fire District, McHenry Township, the village of Johnsburg, and then the village of Lakemore for their one at the Vistakey Country Club. The partnership that we would be seeking with the village would be in the amount of $12,580.75. To give you a little bit of information on the sirens themselves, the sirens that we've put in, all 5 that have been put in over the last 2 years, as well as these 4 additional sirens, they're made by Federal Signal. They're the most powerful siren that they have available. He has a coverage area of about 1.2 mile radius, or about 4 square miles. In fact, when you look at those maps and you see the size of the circle, the ones that we put in the last 2 years are actually a little bit larger coverage area than the ones that the city of McHenry had put in past years. They're mounted on a 55-foot telephone pole. They're solar powered. All 4 of them will be solar powered. That's what we did with the 3 that we purchased last year. It eliminates any issues with Commonwealth Edison or an ongoing utility cost or any of those things, and it just gives us some more flexibility. Very importantly, all of the sirens are tied in together in a network. So all 13 of the existing sirens, and actually there's a 14th one, the Village of McCullum Lake has a single tornado siren that is at their village hall. We allow them to tie into the network, so all 14 sirens, as well as these additional ones, are all tied in together. They're monitored 24/7, just like a fire alarm in a business. And so 24 hours a day, the sirens are monitored constantly to make sure that they're functioning properly. If ever there's a problem, there's an immediate notification that goes to the City of McHenry Dispatch and then also to Braniff Communications so that repairs can be made. The sirens are also tested silently every month. They're tested silently, different components of it to make sure that those sirens are going to be available if we need them. The other very good part of this is that by the sirens all being tied in together, if there were a weather emergency, and say we had a funnel cloud sighted somewhere within the village of Johnsburg, all that dispatcher has to do is press one button, all 14 sirens will immediately go off. So there's no, well, this portion or that portion, all 14 sirens would be activated. As I mentioned, they're all tested monthly. The only other cost that's associated with the sirens is we have Braniff come out once a year. In fact, they just came out a couple of weeks ago, and they do an annual preventive maintenance. They set the bucket truck up. They've got 42 different items that they check on the siren. The annual cost per siren for that maintenance is $350. What we have done in the past is we have just split that among whoever is partnering on that particular siren. About $350 a year, and then about every 5 years we anticipate that the battery for the solar system, that'll have to be replaced as well. Our board has moved forward with approving the funding to order the siren equipment. In fact, we anticipate ordering the equipment this week. We were just waiting for the signatures on the legal document with the Stakey, and we will move forward with that. The way that we would propose doing the partnership, similar to what we did last year with the Village of Ringwood and McHenry Township, is the fire district will purchase the sirens, and then last year we did intergovernmental agreements that just laid out that the district was purchasing them, and then the other governmental agencies basically reimbursed the fire district. And with that, I realize I went through that kind of quickly. Are there any questions that I could answer on the tornado siren program?
I think everybody is, this will complete everything that's in our village boundaries with the sirens that are in McHenry here. Every part of the village will be covered, which was a goal of us some 20 years ago, okay, that we would have these sirens. So it took us a while to get here, but, Dave had it on his bucket list. President Dave Dominguez had it on his bucket list of things to get done. So, like everything else, we're moving forward with a new day and getting it done. So, came through and up at our strategic planning meetings. I think Tony was involved in some of those, and the township supervisor at that time, way back to Albie Adams, we were looking at doing this. So it's, I think it's a great deal for the village, the partner, and make sure that we have coverage all over. There is one question I have.
Yes.
So what else besides a tornado or severe weather would we use that siren for? I mean, that, other than getting attacked by an atomic bomb or something,
Even that, I mean,
yeah.
I don't know, it's a weather-related incident.
Right, okay. So if you hear it, get in the basement, right?
Yep.
Crawl space, hide under the
Yep.
bathtub, and all those good things.
Yep. Yep, like I said, I think the interesting thing is that all 14 sirens will go off at the same time, so normally from the west, coming from the west, if it's coming from the west and it's going to eventually get here into our town, we'll be notified way early, so it's a good thing.
Chief?
Yes.
Who initiates the call for the alarms to sound?
Most of the time what will happen is, based on a weather report, or if a police officer is driving around, it could be any police officer, or I can call dispatch and say, set the tornado sirens off, or the police chief can, or Keith can, the police chief here. So any of the police or firefighters, officers or chief officers have the ability to call down and set it off. So if the police officer driving around Johnsburg, they see a tornado, or they see the funnel cloud, they just get on the radio and say, the funnel cloud, and it'll instantly prompt the dispatcher to hit the button.
So will you be tied into weather bureau somewhere too?
Pardon me?
Will you be tied into the weather bureau someplace too?
Yes, if you go down to the dispatch center, they're tied on, they got monitors up at the dispatch center, so they're tied in, and they're watching the radars and the monitors as well. They have their own weather station down there. And they know down there that things are getting crazy based on their monitors that they watch all the time. So they know what's going on. And then they're just waiting for the word. They're waiting for the word. It could be the President Hederman. He doesn't like what's going on. He can call the police chief or he can call dispatch. If they get a call down there from Ed Hederman and he says, I don't like what's going on, I'm sure they're going to set him off. But most of the time, it's going to be the police department.
Visual.
Yep.
Any questions for Tony and Rudy?
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks for your help. We really
Yeah, thank
appreciate
you.
it. Yeah, we really appreciate the help. It's been a really, well, this is one of the things that Deputy Chief Horst and I talk about is when we're long gone, and we can say, there's many days when we go to work and we're not really sure what we get done. We're not really sure if we had a good day or a bad day, but by the time we get done with this project, we'll be able to look back and say, we helped get this thing going, and we did it cooperatively with a lot of different municipalities, we know it's gonna make a direct impact if we have a weather incident, so we feel pretty proud about that.
Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Any discussion or anything else that you'd like to have on the sirens? I think that we have a consensus before to move forward with it. So, if anybody has any different feelings, now's the time to let us know. With there being none, we'll proceed with the agreement.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. We entertain a motion to go into closed session and you want to put it in legalese for us?
To discuss pending litigation, does one so move?
Motion by trustee Curry, seconded by trustee Clemstein. On the roll, trustee Hutchinson.
Aye.
Trustee Curry. Trustee Hagan. And trustee Clemstein.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.